It's something we've dreamed about for a long time, to be parents, to start our family, and then to have essentially the rug pulled out from underneath us in such a heartbreaking way was really hard. But we knew we wanted to keep trying to have a family, and so we did, and I got pregnant again a couple months after that. And this time things were progressing, things were going really well, and we showed up to the appointment to have our first ultrasound and to listen to our baby's heartbeats. And unfortunately, instead I had to walk out to the car where my husband was waiting and give him some bad news, which is that I was miscarrying again. And that really, really broke me. To experience it once is enough, and I wouldn't wish that on anyone. And then to experience it again in such a devastating way, it was really hard. I've had a close relationship with God for the majority of my life. I have been on the mountaintops with him. I've been down in the valleys with him before. I trust God, and I've seen how good he is in so many different ways, how he's come through before. And when I was met with silence, it felt like God had turned his back on me, that God had walked away and maybe decided that I wasn't worth the trouble anymore. He either doesn't care about me or doesn't know what's going on and doesn't care to know enough about what's going on. And so, quite frankly, I despised God, and I raged so much, not just angry, but like there was rage, just seething. I stopped praying, I stopped reading my Bible, and I started to ask myself, okay, what does this look like? Is this actually worth it for me to keep pursuing? Like, I don't really know. I don't really feel like it. If God is going to give me this kind of life after all that I've given to him with my life, I just don't know if I want to be serving and loving a God like that. Until one day, I prayed and I said, God, I've had so many other times in my life where I have trusted you and I've decided to worship you even when something's been really hard. And I've told you that I was going to hold on to you. But instead, I prayed, Lord, I need you to hold on to me. And he did. And there wasn't ever a really big aha moment of like, yes, God, I'm going to trust you and I give you my whole heart. It was just every day of him showing up faithfully to me and my family, where I just saw his goodness in the little moments of every day. And I realized he didn't necessarily rescue me from that hard time, but he was in it with me. Unbelief isn't the end of your faith. It oftentimes can be a catalyst for even greater and deeper faith.